And I just want to give a shout out to Carmelo Anthony's parents because they didn't scam the out of y'all. Now I done seen a lot of people get y'all for some money, but 600,000, God, that was the fastest come up I done ever seen. They done got this man a lawyer and then took the rest of the money. And then on top of that, they got another GoFundMe going for an appeal that he'll probably never even see that money. Y'all crazy as hell. And the crazy part is they seen that video before any of us seen it. They already knew that he was guilty. They told him don't take that plea deal and go to court so they could keep racking it up on y'all. I'm trying to tell you, these be getting over on y'all every day on this internet. And they play into y'all sympathy because all y'all need to do is hear a sob story. And then here you go. Did y'all get out the bank account, whip out the debit card and start donating to somebody GoFundMe. They played in y'all face once again. Like I said, I'm glad I don't fall for them. And I would have never donated to a killer. But, hey, they got y'all. Kudos to them. Hopefully they spending y'all money on something nice. Maybe what they did. They got a new house. Probably hopefully they got some new clothes or something. They didn't already sold they sold and they threw their son to the river, but he was guilty anyway. So like I said, go hey, y'all go ahead, go off.
So I've noticed that there are two very different things happening right now when it comes to this whole Carmelo Anthony situation. On one hand, we have Carmelo Anthony supporters out here spreading fake information, continuing to spread conspiracies about this case. But that's nothing new. Even though some people thought this would go away after the trial, obviously it didn't. It's only getting worse. But on the other hand, I think we have people who are fed up. They've seen enough, and now they're starting to speak out. On the other hand, we have people, some who even formally supported Carmelo, some even still support Carmelo, but they have woken up to the grift. These people have started to spot the grift. They were fed all of this fake information. They were hyped up about Carmelo being innocent. They donated all of this money, and then they saw that, wait, it seems like his family kind of abandoned him right there in court. It seems like the family is more concerned about money than anything else. And I know that that doesn't come as a surprise to me or you. But some of these people, they realize now that they got duped. Or at the very least, they realize now that Carmelo's parents don't really have his best interest at heart. They're more concerned about raising money as opposed to freeing Carmelo. And you also have to understand that a lot of these people have been subjected to nonstop propaganda in their community since day one, right? They've been fed all of this BS about it being self-defense. They've had people in their community claiming that they saw the security footage and it was very clear, and that they were jumping Carmelo, and you could see all of this from the footage. So a lot of these people fully bought into that. And then that footage got released, and they're like, wait, this is what you were talking about the entire time? When you said the videos were so clear, you could count the raindrops, you could see the looks on everyone's face, and you could see Carmelo getting jumped, and you could see all of this, and then the footage actually releases and we can't see anything? Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of them just hate white people so much that they're still pretending that they see everything that was described for months that was supposedly in the video but never was. So some of these people, they hate white people so much, they still claim that, yeah, the video shows Carmelo getting jumped and it shows all of this crazy stuff, right? But others, regardless if they like white people or not, they have eyes and they're not going to lie about what they're seeing. And they're seeing that, wait, you guys over-exaggerated, you overhyped up a lot of this stuff, and a lot of what you said happened simply didn't happen. And it seems like y'all are just hyping all of this stuff up for money. Because that's what the Carmelo Anthony trial was. It was a way for his family to raise money. Point blank, period. And that's why they're making a big deal about this appeal, because everyone involved plans on lining their pockets even further, including Karmelo's parents and his fake activists, the spokespeople, all of that. But in the process, I know they still have plenty of support, and we'll be calling those people out. We will call the people out spreading the conspiracies. I've already done several videos on it. I'll do several more. But I do think Karmelo Anthony's family and these activists, I do think they're starting to lose some support. Not all, but they're starting to lose some support. Because people are just waking up to what this actually is. And others knew what this was the entire time, but they kind of sat by and didn't say anything, and now they're fed up. And you know what? I have a video right here that describes what's going on perfectly. I want to go ahead and roll this video for you. Before I do, though, do me a quick favor. Smash the like button, drop a comment, share the video. 3 quick, free, easy ways to support the channel. Now, if you want to take your support even further, you can always donate, Cash App, or Super Thanks. Always humbly appreciated. With that being said, though, let's roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
Karmelo Anthony was a victim. He was a victim. He was definitely a victim. A victim of y'all stupid, ignorant ass niggas and y'all fucked up mentality and culture that we are instilling into our youth. The dumb motherfuckers who get in my comment sections and other comment sections and will deny that that shit was wrong. They will make excuse after excuse where he shouldn't have put his hands on him. Karmelo is a child who is a victim of that ignorant nigga ass mentality, that ignorant nigga ass culture, that stupid ignorant ass bullshit that is instilled into our youth, especially our young black boys, that trick them every time into the very system that y'all complain about, to throw their fucking lives away and give that good old sweat equity to the man with a smile on their motherfucking face because they had to stand on business, and now they fucking freedom is gone. Y'all are raising these little gorilla-minded ass motherfuckers. It's y'all. All these issues will always be traced back to y'all raggedy ass, fucking ignorant ass, stupid ass parenting every motherfucking time. And Karmelo is a victim of that. He's a victim of that. That boy stood no chance. Because if it didn't happen at that track meet, it was going to happen somewhere else. Because that's what his parents taught him what to fucking do. It would have happened at his job. Because somebody touched him at work and he going to stab him up. He going to take their fucking life. Because he shouldn't have touched me. I told him not to touch me. Because in the black community, if somebody say, touch me if you want to, you better not touch me. That means that's a warning. That's a warning. In the black community, in African American vernacular, that means don't touch me. Touch me if you want to. See what happens. Yeah. And in the real world, when you do that, you go to jail, stupid. You know, the crazy thing is, even when motherfuckers in the military, when I was deployed and shit, or other motherfuckers, when you stand and post on a fob, and you stand in that watch, you can have a fucking vehicle driving full speed towards the fob, towards the front gate, and guess what? You still can't shoot at it until it hits a certain amount of distance. Whatever your fob set, whatever your rules of engagement are, you cannot engage with that vehicle. It could possibly be full of explosives, but you gotta wait to 50 feet, 25 feet, which is closest than a motherfucker, and you can see the bitch coming, and you still can't shoot. And if you did before they told you to, you can be held accountable. But he saved lives, but the rules of engagement said 25 feet. But 25 feet were the rules that we set. And if we can understand that behind enemy lines in a combat zone, you mean to tell me y'all motherfuckers can't grasp that? A push does not warrant a stab with a knife in the fucking chest. And I had y'all defended that cracker getting on here telling me I'm raising pussy ass black boys because I'm telling them to walk the fuck away, that everything is not worth the reaction, to have discernment and choose your life and freedom over proving a point and standing your ground. And y'all let that cracker get on here and say, I'm raising pussy ass kids. And y'all was like, yeah, that's right, Benny. But you know who was the real pussy in that situation? Karmelo. Because instead of throwing hands and running a fair one, he chose to pull out a weapon like a bitch. But y'all ain't gonna see that. But y'all see, had it been two black boys, y'all get on here all the time, size, cause we was some 6 foot big old countrywide boy. Y'all say all the time, size don't matter. Gloves up, guns down. I thought that was the mentality. Run a fair one. Why they always gotta pull out a gun? Why they always gotta pull out a weapon? Man, just square up, run a fair one like men, dap up and go on about y'all. I thought that was real. I thought the one that pulled out the weapon was the automatic pussy in the situation. I guess that's only when it's two niggas. My bad. Because when it's a white boy and a black boy, it's all fair game. We get to kill him. And you the stand up, you the proud, strong, defensive ass nigga then. Crazy how y'all pick and choose. Or is it just because I'm the one saying it? Okay. All right.
And this is the kind of stuff that I talk about on my channel all the time. But of course, when you see someone that looks like me saying this stuff, people get their panties up in a bunch. Oh, you're racist. No, I'm just speaking the facts. And maybe people rather hear it from someone that looks like that guy in that clip. But the truth is the truth. And these people who constantly want to play victim, they're the victim of racism, they're the victim of the white man, they're the victim of the system. The reality is they're a victim of themselves. They're a victim of this death culture that they promote. Karmelo Anthony, as he said, Karmelo Anthony is not a victim. But Karmelo Anthony did fall victim to the nonsense that his own culture promotes. If it wasn't for that type of mentality that they push on so many young men like Karmelo Anthony, he wouldn't have had that knife at the track meet to begin with. He wouldn't be under an opposing team's tent at the track meet calling them pussies, challenging them to a fight. That's that weird thug mentality that most young black men feel pressured, they feel pressured into living that lifestyle or pretending to live that lifestyle. The crazy part about Karmelo, a lot of people don't know this, Karmelo was not raised in like the hood, in the projects, in the ghetto. Karmelo actually had a decent upbringing. Karmelo actually had his mother and his father in the house. Karmelo, what he did was obviously wrong. But what I'm trying to say here is Karmelo wasn't necessarily one of these usual hoodlums running the streets. Yet he still fell victim to that thug mentality, to that mentality of, carrying weapons, don't let no one disrespect you, all of that stuff. Even though he wasn't necessarily raised 100% in that environment still made its way to him. And that culture and that mentality still crept within him. And that's what made him do what he did. I can tell you right now, if it wasn't for that mentality that is pushed by that culture, you wouldn't see as many young men like Karmelo committing these violent acts. In many ways, these people think it's cool. Like I've said before, they ride around listening to music about killing people and robbing people all day that has an effect on people, especially young people, even adults. We got full-grown adults out here acting out what they're hearing in rap music. So what do you think is going to happen with these kids? So I really do think that he made some great points, and I think that there's a lot of other people that feel that way that just sit by quietly, but now they're kind of getting fed up with all the nonsense and they're starting to call it out. And I am so glad that he called out that he said, don't put his hands on me nonsense. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It's like some people have never been exposed to the real world. But a lot of these Karmelo Anthony supporters, they really fully believe that saying or telling someone, you better not put your hands on me or something like that, they think that is a solid argument for a self-defense case. Because, well, here in the black community, if we say, you better not put your hands on me, that's a warning. Okay, and that doesn't hold up in the court of law. You can't go into the court of law and say, sir, I'm a black man that told that white boy not to put his hands on me. Oh, well, obviously it's self-defense. You told him not to put his hands on you. You told him, see what happens. Oh, yeah, you're free. This is totally self-defense. That's what Karmelo Anthony supporters really believe. They fully believe that as long as you throw out one of these random, oh, don't put your hands on me or touch me, see what happens. They feel like that right there. As long as you say that first, then you can murder someone, right? Then you can murder someone. It's like saying no offense before saying something offensive. No offense, but you look gross in that dress. Do you still feel offended? Yeah, right? That's how these people think, though. And I'm so glad he called it out. Like, in the real world, I don't care what's going on in your area or whatever you got going on. In the real world, simply saying, I told him not to put his hands on me, that does not make you innocent. That does not get you off from a murder case. But that's basically the strongest argument Karmelo had. He had no witnesses to back him up. Even his own friends said he's guilty. Karmelo's only defense and what this whole entire trial ran on was that Karmelo said, I told him not to put his hands on me. And we had to go through all of this nonsense for over a year and still counting. Because some people think that's enough. Oh, it's a solid self-defense case. He said that? Oh, yeah. And now, unfortunately, over a year after this story broke, I'm still here having to explain to people how this is not going to hold up in the court of law. But luckily, I am so glad to see other people calling this out. I'm glad that other black people are starting to call this out because they're fed up as well. And I would be if I was them too. But for now, I want to go ahead and hear from you guys, though. What do you think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.